What's up, you guys? I'm Charmx. Today I'm gonna be reacting to Locked Out of My House by Jaiden Animations. I freaking love Jaiden Animations, and judging from this title alone, I can relate so much with this. I've had so many experiences getting locked out of my house, and it's quite interesting how I get back in, but I'll save that. Anyway, with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jaiden Animations. Without any further ado, let's begin.
Welcome back to Jaiden Doesn't Know How to Map Out Video Lengths. Okay, so here's the story from Japan, getting home from Japan I was gonna talk about in the
Yeah, that was so long ago. I totally forgot about that.
last video, but didn't. Please don't make fun of me. It was a long flight. I was very tired. Just kidding, I'm an actual idiot here. There's no excuse. So after another quick flight of 11 sleepless hours, I landed safely and was ready to go home and die. My roommate offered to pick me up, but my house is a good 40 to 50 minutes away from the airport, and I felt bad for making them pick me up so much because a week before I went to Japan, I was in the UK visiting friends for my birthday. Don't give me any birthday wishes.
Man, she travels a lot. Also, yeah, I totally forgot that she was supposed to make a video talking about her getting home. That was like a month ago.
It was in September. You'll be an embarrassment to the both of us. They'd already driven me to and from the airport 3 times in the past 3 weeks, and I didn't want them to use up any more of their time and gas. So I let them know I was just gonna grab an Uber, which worked out because...
See, now, when it comes to, like, my friends, if I have to get them to take me somewhere that's really far away, I'm gonna compensate them for their time. You know, I'm gonna give them, like, I don't know, I'll give them gas money and, you know, some money for their time. And I think that's definitely recommended if in your situation as well. Because, you know, your friends got other stuff to do. Wasting an hour to get to an airport and then an hour back, that's 2 hours of time. That's a lot of gas money as well as just a person's time.
They were invited to go get lunch with a friend and were worried about time overlap. Win-win. They get a nice lunch, I get in a stranger's car. Warning flag number 1. I never used Uber before. I have my own car. I usually don't need to use an app to find a guy with a weird R name to drive me around. 10 minutes of confused button pressing later. Ding! Your Uber will arrive in 5 minutes. Nice.
I personally have never used Uber. I have my own car as well. But, like, there's so many crazy Uber stories and Lyft stories now. I think recently that some Lyft driver was just arrested and charged for doing some horrible things to some woman. Like, what the frig? You can't trust anyone.
Hello?
Yes, is this Jaiden?
Yeah, I'm at the gate. Terminal B between area 44 and 45. I don't see you. Are you near Hello? Your Uber has canceled. What? If we were on a date and I was waiting at the table and you called me from outside the restaurant.
Why did they cancel?
You here? Yeah, I'm at the back and the table to the right. You can't stand me up like that. At least give me some sort of reason. Come on, come back, Rajesh.
Well, if he randomly left you like that, obviously it means he's not right in the head, so maybe it was for the best.
Anyway, I found out that I needed to be on the upper level of the airport because that's where all the app pickups are. Whoopsie, that's my bad.
Oh.
But he could have told me that when he was on the phone with me in the first place, Rajesh.
Go up the stairs.
Boom. Everyone's problem is solved here.
Yeah, why didn't he tell you to do that? He's gonna waste money driving away. He's gonna waste gas driving away. I mean, he might as well wait a couple minutes, pick you up, and drive away and get some money for it. That's just bad business there, Rajesh, whatever his name is.
Here's a bunch of money. When you think about it, Uber is kind of like the opposite of a kidnapping. Take me home. I got a new Uber that took 15 minutes to arrive, and an hour later I was almost home. Maps can be kind of wonky with my house address, so we started driving past my neighborhood.
How does the GPS not know where to tell you to turn?
It was back there. Sorry about that. Oh, that's okay. Which one was it? I live in a little community with a bunch of houses.
Are you sure he wasn't pulling a taxi move where they'll take the wrong turn or whatever just to run up the meter so they can charge you more? You can't trust anyone. This is why we can't have nice things.
So I said it was the one on the corner. Could have been more specific, but that's just what came to my mind in the moment. He turned around but stopped at the wrong house and was like, "This one?" Look, I was running on no sleep for the past
You said yes?
20 hours, so my mush of a brain started being spazzy and socially anxious about the whole situation that wasn't even a situation. Almost all my brain cells were dead at this point, except for the one that ate grass in elementary school. Oh, you had to correct him because Google Maps is being weird? I didn't know you were Satan. I felt like I was bothered.
Actually, if it's close enough that you know where you are and you know that, you know, you could walk home in like 10 minutes or something, it's probably best to get out now. So that way, if the Uber driver is a little bit loco, you know, a little bit crazy, he doesn't know where you friggin' live. It's always best not to get an Uber driver right from your house. It's best to walk, like, you know, a block away or whatever, and then get one, just so that they don't know where you live. Because if they're crazy, well, now you're in trouble.
Bothering him a whole lot with all the one corrections I gave him. So in a panic, I was like, this is the wrong house. Yep, this is it. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Sorry for the hassle. Wow, is it great to be home at this house that I live in again. Oh, how I missed it.
The people who actually live there must think you're crazy or something.
Because it is mine. I'm paying this guy, and it's his job to take me to my house. So if it accidentally stops at the wrong one, it helps literally no one for me to be like, oh yeah, this is totally it. I got my stuff from the trunk, walked up the driveway. Thanks.
Man, you really did that when you run to their backyard as well. You really are, oh frig, what's the word? You're really committing to the role. Committing to the role that this is your friggin' house. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame you. And in hindsight, if that's the right word, you know, it's probably best that this is what happened. So now the Uber driver, if the Uber driver's a little bit crazy, they don't know where you actually live.
Now I'm standing in the front step of this random house, hiding from an Uber driver, hoping the people who actually live here don't realize the random girl standing here for literally no reason. Yes, this is exactly the spot I wanted to be in right now. Honey, did we adopt a 21-year-old Asian girl, or is this a very unthreatening house robber? I was stuck there waiting for him to leave, but he was just sitting there! Hey, can you...
That's what I'm saying, you know, he might be crazy. He might be crazy. It's either that or he's waiting for another call, and he doesn't want to waste any more gas money or whatever.
Get off the driveway I don't own already. What the heck, man? I got houses to rob. He was probably waiting to get connected to a new person to pick up, but it wouldn't have looked that great if he was also noticing me poke my head out and peer at him every 10 seconds. I couldn't have started walking to my actual house because I already pretended to walk into my house, and he would have seen me and been like, hey, wait, this isn't your...
Time to hop across the backyard. Definitely not gonna get you arrested.
Your house? What the heck? You lied to me. For literally no reason. And I couldn't have gotten out of the car and started walking to my actual house in the first place because I told him that this was my house. He even double checked, like, you sure this is good? And I was like, yup. I was so loopy and lethargic from being up for the past 20 hours of traveling.
Did you not try to sleep on the airplane? I mean, what else were you doing for 11 hours?
I couldn't even tell what was reasonable at this point. Was I actually pulling this off like I thought I was? Were the neighbors just watching me dig myself deeper and deeper into this hole? Could the driver actually see me this entire time? Because that would have been hilarious. Mommy, look!
Maybe instead of the Uber driver being the crazy one there, you were being more of the crazy one.
A dirty homeless girl! He finally drove off and I walked over to my actual house across the street.
Across the street, so it wasn't that far away at all? Oh, that's good. That's perfectly fine, actually. Now, if the Uber driver's nutty, they don't know where you live, you're perfectly fine. It worked out fine in the end.
Yes. I've been looking forward to collapsing onto my bed since landing. I can't believe I just did all that. I'm glad the neighbors didn't call the police on me. But I don't have any keys. This wouldn't have been a problem at all because, like I said, I have a roommate. But hey, foreshadowing, were you here this whole time? They were at lunch and weren't coming back for the next 3 hours.
Who friggin' takes 3 hours to go to lunch?
I'm not a professional when it comes to anything, and that includes breaking into houses. But lord dang it if that skill wouldn't have been pretty darn handy to have right there. Is it a crime to break into your own house, Your Honor? Yes? No? This is kind of a weird situation for both of us, ain't it? I tried the front door, the back door, the garage door, the secret door. There wasn't any way I was gonna...
I've had so many experiences like this. Oh my goodness. I hate it. I hate it. I remember, I haven't had any a long time now. But back in high school, this would happen way too much. Like, frig, this must have happened like 5 times within like high school times. It was an insane what I had to do to get into the house. I would have to go and I'd have to pop out a freaking window, legit like what thieves do. And then I'd have to slide open the window and climb in through it. Like, this is some crazy stuff. The good thing is it was in my backyard, so the people on the road driving by wouldn't see me look like I'm breaking in, because I'm 90% sure I would have gotten, like, the cops called on me at that point. But then again, I have, you know, we have neighbors in the back who can see me, so I don't know if any of them saw me, or if they did see me, they knew it was me, but, you know, there's a high chance I could have got the cops called on me any of those times that happened. But yeah, I did do some actual, like, thievery techniques, right? I had to freaking bust through a window, whatever, try to get in. Oh, what a nightmare.
Gonna be able to get into this house, which is how it should be. But I was still mad about it. Dang it, living in a house that people can't break into. Stupid. I was so drained, I contemplated just laying on the ground of my backyard for 3 hours until someone came home. But I decided that would be an inefficient use of time.
Well, technically, if you can't function because of lack of sleep, getting some sleep even in the backyard might be the smartest thing to do, because it would stop you from making any bad decisions.
And also too much of a depressing scene to look at for anyone walking by. So instead, I ordered another Uber to drive me to where my roommate was so we could all hang out and then come back to the house together. Almost an hour later, I'm finally there. I tried my...
I would have, like, legit, at that point, I don't know if she has a backyard or anything, but if you do have a backyard, do you have, like, chairs or something in the backyard? Because if you have a chair there, you just go and take a nap on the chair or something. I mean, definitely if you can't manage to get into your own house. And nowadays, I didn't even think of this. Nowadays, if I were to get locked out, I couldn't even do what I used to do to get in, because we've had all of our windows and everything redone. I couldn't even get in anymore. That's not good. Well, I mean, it's good, but if I were stuck, it's not good.
Best to be so...
I guess it's best to have, like, a backup key, because you know how a lot of people stereotypically have a key under a rock? That's probably best to have something like that. Maybe not under a rock, that obvious, but it's probably best to have a backup spare key somewhere.
Social and energetic. We went and got lunch and stuff, but I was just in critical survival mode. Some people get all loose when they're tired or giggly or maybe even more social. But for me, my body just reverts to maintaining the baseline functions for me to just be a human. I'll breathe and look around and not fall over, but that's basically it.
When I get really tired, I start acting really friggin' weird. Like, 2 days ago, we had a cousin over. We stayed up till, like, midnight playing games, which normally I go to bed at, like, maybe 10, I'm in bed. So, you know, staying up till midnight, which ended up being, like, 1 o'clock in the end, that takes a freaking toll on you. By the end of it, I don't know why, but I kept, like, singing this weird song that I'd made up in my head, going, hoo-ha, chickity, cha, chick, chick, chicka, hoo-ha. I kept saying that over and over and over. Man, I got problems.
Oh my god, is Jaiden okay? They were getting sushi, so I tried to eat some, but coming back from eating sushi in Japan to some random place in California was just another variable of disappointing. I'm not having a good time right now. We got home, I crashed onto my bed, and proceeded to sleep for 17 hours.
What? 17? Oh! 17 hours. Did you not have to get up to go to the washroom or anything in that time? 17? That's crazy. The most I've ever slept in a row is 12. I specifically remember it was 12 because I was at a friend's house years and years and years ago. We went to bed at like 2 in the morning and I got up at 2 in the afternoon, and to me that was insane. You know, 12 hours of sleep. 17 is even crazier.
There's no moral to the story. I just liked it. It makes me laugh because I'm being stupid. But if I were to make one up last minute, make sure you can get into your house without keys, because you never know when you're gonna need to get.
Or have a spare key, you know? Have a spare key somewhere hidden that only you would know where it is. So you could still have keys involved.
In without keys. That was really bad. Oh well, sorry, I don't know what else you want from me. See you later, but not in my house, because you can't get in. Ever since that incident, I've always left my house with my keys, which is honestly what I should have been doing from day one, but
I too always make sure I have keys on me, just because even if people are at home, like your parents or a roommate or whatever, they can go out, just like what happened there, and then you're stuck. So it's always best to, you know, be self-sufficient. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I really like this a lot. And yeah, I've had to break into my own house a whole bunch of times. Now, that's a lot harder because of the changes that have happened over the years, but when I was doing it, I'm surprised I never got the cops called on me. Because I legit... I was climbing in through a freaking window where my neighbors in the back could see me. Like, their kitchen is right back there. I'm surprised no one ever, like, questioned anything. That's crazy. Anyway, if you guys like this, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you do, subscribe to the family. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Jaiden Animations as well. And with that being said, I'll see you guys next time.